League outside of Istanbul, and after 6 years of waiting, Italy have the women's champions once again. A fourth title for Francesca Piccinini, but on top of that, in their debut season in this tournament, Pomi Casalmaggiore have come out on top, and they've done it in some style. They have not dropped a set in the final four. Massimo Barbolini celebrates. The emotions run high between both sets of players. The Pala George erupts and bounces, bedecked in pink. It is the Italian champions who are now the European champions. Massimo Barbolini, the man presiding over this success. In 2014, when Vakufbank lost against Dinamo Kazan in the final in Baku, Giovanni Guidetti said it was one of the hardest losses he'd had to take in his career. Well, they've made it to the final here again with an extraordinary crop of players, and they have come up short. In the end, the block coming from Stevanovic. And the pictures on the other side of the court tell their own tale. So the celebrations will run long into the night for Massimo Barbolini, and it's 5:22, and it is Pomi Casalmaggiore who are the European champions. We will return in just a short while for the presentation ceremony. So, Mr. Renato Arena, the CEV Senior Vice President, and Mr. Tanju Kaya, the Administrative Services Group EVP President, the two men who will present the bronze medals first. Fenerbahce with a squad that looked as though it could well cause a lot of problems. The likes of Babette, Polen, who had a superb game today. Kim just not quite on the money when it came to that opening match up against Vakufbank, where they were outplayed. And Mihailovic also struggled to find her best form. Dilic collects her medal. Mihailovic collects hers. Kristaditsas, not the best setter on this occasion. Anna Buis and Sheila both called upon in the latter stages of that three-set encounter, but unable to turn the fortunes around of Vakufbank. Elena Rasic and Kimberly Hill both had decent performances. Kansu Chetin not present in either of the matches. And Giovanni Guidetti knows that it just wasn't to be on this occasion. They will turn their attention back to the Turkish League. The final four of the Turkish League, a league system played between the top four sides, gets underway next Friday. They play Fenerbahce again on Sunday, a week today. And then they will have a couple of weeks off before playing once more. But the disappointment clear to see with the lack of emotion being currently shown on Giovanni Guidetti's face. Mr. Carlo Magri, the Italian National Federation President Mr. Massimo Boselli, president of Pomi Casalmaggiore, will be awarding the first place medals here. And the first to receive one, Valentina Tirozzi. Lucia Bacci picking up her second Champions League medal, 1-1 with Bergamo in the past. Carly Lloyd celebrates as well, along with Immacolata Ceresi, Chiara Cecinetto. Mariana Ferrara was on the bench. Lauren Gibbermeyer. And next to her, Carlotta Cambi. Francesca Piccinini collects her medal as well, alongside Rosella Olivotto. Maggie Kozach, the next in line, and Giovanna Stevanovic. Teresa Rossi, the final player to pick up a medal, and Massimo Babeloni, their coach, celebrating the success. Pomi Casalmaggiore, Champions League winners 2016, and all that remains now is for Mr. Alexander Boricic and Hakan Atis of CEV President and Dennis Bank CEO to come across and present the trophy. Captain Valentina Tirozzi comes into the middle, collects the trophy, and now prepares to hoist it aloft. A jet of gold. Mr. Massimo Boselli stands in the midst of it as president of Pomi Casalmaggiore. They are champions in 2016, the first time in 12 years that the host club have won the Champions League. Tenerife, the last to do it back in 2004. It is a huge moment for this club in their debut season in the Champions League, led by Valentina Tirozzi, and with the experienced shoulders of Francesca Piccinini guiding them through, they become champions in 2016. It concludes another thrilling series of matches played here in the CEV Dennis Bank Volleyball Champions League for women. In a week's time, we will return to Krakow in Poland to see if anyone can stop Russia's domination of the men's event, on this occasion in the shape of Zenit Kazan, or whether perhaps Italy will be celebrating a duo of Champions League victories. They have one in the bag. Pomi Casalmaggiore, the Pink Angels, champions in 2016 in the women's event. Join us in a week's time to see if they can make it too when their two sides take place in the men's Final Four. From us here in Montichiari, it's goodbye.